Hi there and welcome to the channel today. Today we're going to be talking about the colour ruby red and the benefits that a person can receive from working with this particular colour. Before we do so though, I would like to say thank you for joining me today. If you are a returning visitor, I particularly and most especially appreciate the fact that you're returning, because that would mean that you've got or that you're finding some of the content useful. I also would encourage people, whether you're a returning visitor or a new person to the channel, to leave questions, make comments. You might have different experiences, and it's through the sharing of information that we can actually grow and develop and expand our own pool of information. If you're new to the channel, I just want to mention that I try and put everything into playlists to make them more easily accessible for you, the visitor to the channel. So we've got a lot of content here at Lorena's Labyrinth. I'm sharing a lot of information with people, and I have made them into playlists. So let's get right into it. Let's see if I can give you some content today that's useful for you. So the way that I establish the benefits that are associated with a specific colour is actually through the connection of the colour to the chakras. And when we look at the colour ruby red, yes, okay, it is associated with the base chakra. We can see this here, the red chakra, but it does have small amounts of other colour in it. So because red is a primary colour, if we were going to add orange to anything, then we put a bit of yellow in there, and that gives a little bit of an orange influence. Now, we don't actually see orange in the colour red, but we know that it's not a pure red and that it incorporates other types of colours. So it's going to bring in a little bit of yellow, and we'll see why in a minute. And it's also, of course, got that tinge of orange in there. If you were going to mix it up, the best way to explain how it works in with the chakras is if you were trying to recreate the color and you had an artist paintbrush or whatever and we're mixing it. So there's a little bit of orange in here, a little bit of yellow, and anytime we bring in the orange and yellow, we're looking at things like confidence. The orange has the creativity elements and also is associated with passion. Yellow is more to do with the confidence, trust, faith, hope. So the colour ruby is associated with concepts of dynamism. It's a dynamic colour, and it does incorporate and bring in the traits of stamina, and it's definitely an energetic colour, and it brings enthusiasm for life. And I would imagine if you've ever worn rubies, or if you have worn the colour ruby, you will actually know that when you feel it, it feels fun, it's very empowering, and so therefore it is actually associated with success as well. It would be recommended as a colour to use by people who've been experiencing perhaps vulnerability or recovering from physical illness or even emotional illness, because it helps to reinvigorate, to build strength, even to build endurance, if you like. So this is one of the reasons why I've put this image on here, is because it's, something that helps you to build strength and to recover. Or if you were planning, let's say if you were preparing for a long distance journey, or to be able to stay the distance and endure something that's happening, then yes, you would absolutely work with the colour ruby red. And this is because obviously if you're planning some long-lasting venture or a journey or whatever, then it's something that is a new beginning, it's a new start. And whenever we start a new project, the bottom line is that quite often we go into it with a certain level of intensity, but then we seem to become uncomfortable. We're going outside of our comfort zone when we start a new project. And so therefore, quite often we inhibit ourselves and block ourselves from going through or following through. And or we even start to doubt ourselves. And this is the reason why the ruby red is beneficial to people that are starting the new projects. It helps them to feel more comfortable, more confident in each of the steps that they take. So you would use it at any time that you're starting a new project or a new venture. So we can do activities, of course, to harness the power or the healing properties of any particular colour. And of course, you're not restricted or locked into doing the ones that I give you here. These are just a couple of tips and suggestions. So with this particular activity, it's probably best directed towards those people who are feeling exhausted or fatigued, who might be experiencing symptoms such as pain and stress. They might benefit if they're lucky enough to have a ruby pendant to wearing a ruby pendant or holding a ruby coloured crystal, as part of strengthening their body and motivating them to physically be able to step forward, and even psychological, to have an attitude of success. So they would just hold this, go into a meditative type sitting position, just quiet space, hold the crystal, and then affirm: Divine intelligence, please heal my body, releasing all pain, stress, and tiredness at a cellular level, and infuse my body with the healing energy of revitalization and rejuvenation. Thanks be. Okay, this is one of the activities that we can do. Now, if you're in a bit of a hurry and potentially you're in the workplace, and you need a little bit of an emotional or psychological kickstart or a prompt to rejuvenate yourself, you can do this very quick, simple activity, perhaps in a lunch break, close the office door or whatever. But basically, you just shake your right hand for 30 seconds and then rest it for 15 seconds. Then shake your left hand for 30 seconds and rest it for 15 seconds. Then shake your whole body for 30 seconds and rest it for 15 seconds. Now, you repeat these steps 3 times. Once you've done that, rub your hands together for 40 seconds, and then just go on to the next part of the activity, because what we're doing is we're warming, awakening, and rejuvenating the body and mind. And there, whilst you're sitting there, then visualize a ruby coloured light traveling through your body, where it cleanses your blood, it stimulates your energy levels, and then allow yourself to become aware of the feelings of being truly alive. You know, if you've got a ruby pendant, as with the previous activity, you could do that as well. And this is all part of strengthening your body and motivating you for success. Now, you would also make the affirmation here, which is: Divine intelligence, please heal my body, releasing all pain, stress, and tiredness at a cellular level, and infuse my body with healing energy of revitalization and rejuvenation. Thanks be. So that's it for today, my friends. A nice short one for you. It's nothing to take up too much time or consume too much of your time, especially if you're a busy person. So for now, what I'll do is I'll say thank you very much for being part of the journey. If you've got other strategies and techniques, please feel free to make your comments below. Or if you want to try out these activities, let me know how it went for you, because I'd always be interested. Anyway, for now, I'm going to love you, leave you, take care of yourselves, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye bye for now.